May I say welcome to the global community of Tacians. This is Mr. Abundance. I want to greet the house. I need to do something just now, so give me a minute. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm still getting myself here together. Yes. As I said yesterday, I traveled, and as a result of that, I left all my gears that I normally walk with to do, broadcasts such as these. So I am, presently trying to get my bearings here. All right, so welcome again. Let me play our theme song as usual. And so I will share my screen. This video recording will not be shared publicly, so you can be your usual self. It was this audio is meant to be as was stated, frankly speaking. And become, and become, dream and become. Abundance. Son of abundance. They call me. They call me son of abundance. All right. While I'm there, I may as well bring up our website here and also our white paper, because the reason why TACC came to bear was to address inequality, to be that bridge between Africa and the diaspora, to clear its debt from its debtors, to unite us as a people globally, to be self-sufficient economically, to execute our social programs to include the Rollback Malaria Initiative, to have our international musical, cultural, and trade shows. Also, the Afro-Caribbean Cup of Nations. Look around in the industry. Ask yourself, which of the coins that are in the marketplace that can speak to what I've just said? Point to any one of them. Our school mass adoption program, in line with our slogan, because that's what it is. There's nothing that we're doing by guesswork. There's no guesswork here in TACC. And all you're asked to do is to unite. Is that too difficult? Is that too hard? Unite. Let us unite. Because that is the ingredients here that will be able to take us to the finish line. Unity with a progressive vision. It will not be done overnight. Don't fool yourself, because the enemies are within and without. The enemies are within and without. TACC is not just an investment. A lot of you are talking about, Mr. Abundance, it's an investment. It has nothing to do with spiritual things. If I want to hear a pastor, I will go to church. If I want to hear this. TACC is more than just a coin a coin like the ordinary coin out there where you invest and then you wish it go up to $1 million in 24 hours so you can cash out your money. TACC is different. TACC takes in the whole man, the physical man, the spiritual man, the economic man, the social man. It takes in psychological man. TACC takes in the whole human being. And what a lot of you will get frustrated with is that we are so self-centered with everything that we do. It's all about I, my, and me. TACC will change the way you think. I think it was Jim Rohn that says, as you help as many people get what they want, they will in turn help you get what you want. And so while I feel you are spinning around desperately trying to cash out, you have the visionaries and the pioneers, those who understand the vision. They are working hard with our mass adoption program, because this is all about numbers. It's a numbers game. You see, we have 86,862 investors. A lot of these investors are within our one TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC policy. We are advancing TACC, setting a solid foundation for our children. It's not all about us. No one thought about you. I agree. When you were in school, no one thought about you. And there are enough money in your country for them to think about you. And so we have grown up in that environment where we are divided on all fronts. Spiritually, spiritually, we are divided. Spiritually, we are divided. Physically, we are divided. Demographically, we are divided. Financially, we are divided. Professionally, we are divided. We are a divided people. And so we come to the table broken and divided. That is why understanding TACC it's a system that you have never entered into. And that is why I kept saying from the foundation, a lot of you are not from the foundation. Or if you are, you have not followed the audios and the videos of Mr. Abundance, nor have you read the white paper. If you're here from the foundation, I always say to you, when you're coming to TACC and you are experiencing the familiar that you're accustomed to, know that we have failed. Know that we have failed. And we are moving away from the norm, and you're still asking for it. We are moving out of the economy of the pharaohs that have controlled our demise for generation, and you're still asking for it. And that is why even governments now, they're catching up. We were given an opportunity in this space called currency to be able to come together without any government approval to create money. But because we are spinning around, the governments now are waking up. And so they not only are they creating digital coin, replacing their fiat system, they're also getting into fiat currency, into digital currency as well, because we have allowed them too much time. Because we are spinning around, don't know what we don't know what we want. And so this is your time to give your views, frankly speaking. You have an opportunity, because we all want TACC to be at a certain place at a certain time. My endeavor is to put 10 million people by the end of this year. Instead of us concentrating on the price of TACC on the exchange, because that will take care of itself. That will take care of itself. Instead of us concentrating on what will sustain TACC when it reaches, we are consumed by the of the coin. I think your energy is being misplaced here. Your energy is really being misplaced. And so as you help others, so I encourage you to go through the white paper. This is it. The abundance coin. Create abundance and eliminate poverty. That is our mission. I know I have a few things I need to update, because as I'm going through it, I realize that we have done some changes, but at the end of the day, it still follows our principle and our guideline. So let me, was I sharing? I think was I sharing? Yes, I was. All right. All right. So I have giving you my open hook as I develop my thesis as to where we're going. And I see there are some comments here already. There are some comments here already from Fabian. I am really happy to be a part of the global community that wants to improve lives of our common man in the society. Let us follow the instruction from Mr. Abundant. It is well with all. May I say to the House that TACC will accomplish that which it set out to do. Our action can propel fast forward or it can retard, but it will not stop the success of TACC. That's what it is. It can only retard because we're thinking about us. It's time for us to look beyond ourselves. To avoid dumpers' mindsets, very important to read the white paper in order to understand and to catch the sacred mission and the vision. It is very important. Very important. United we stand, divided we fall. From now going forward, the community must stand united and must follow and abide instruction, disseminated. It is important that we understand the reason why we're here. Some are saying, Mr. Abundance, let us burn some of the coins. The mission and vision of TACC is bigger than you and I. The mission and the vision of TACC is bigger than you and I. If TACC is supposed to be the alternate financial solution, if TACC is supposed to be the reserve cryptocurrency of the nations within Africa and the Caribbean and without, those coins are not even enough. But because we foresee the mass adoption and the appreciation of what these coins will become in the future, it's okay. And that is why it's not time for you to be selling. This is still distribution, or it is planting season. It's not harvest. Some of you want to reap your harvest when it is sowing. This is sowing time. And that is why you're frustrated. Because you want to reap that which is not ripened. It's not ripened. Good evening, Mr. Bonus and Globe. Don't sell out your future, your wealth. Hold onto your coins, Madam Reed. You know, I need to pick up, I think, let's pick up Hanya Glasgow's story, because maybe a lot of you do not understand what Hanya Glasgow did. Because some of you are here, but you're still not here. You jump in and out, but you're still not here. Let's read some. I have not seen it, but let me see. I'm trying to pick up Handeg. Let me see if I can. I normally have his. Okay, I think this is him here. So I will just insert this. It wasn't not planned, but I think it is very fitting at this time because a lot of you may not have heard about this gentleman, and this is why we're trying for you to avoid what this gentleman had to go through.
Money makes the world go around, but we could be moving towards a world without cash. From credit cards to Apple Pay and cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, cash is no longer king. When I say Bitcoin, you say what? Pizza? This is Laszlo Hanyet of Jacksonville, and it was a pizza delivery order 9 years ago that began the cryptocurrency craze. I just told people I wanted a pizza and I wanted to pay with Bitcoin. I didn't want a gift card. I didn't want some weird exchange. I wanted to give you Bitcoin and you give me pizza. The 37-year-old computer programmer created this thread in an online forum and posted that he would pay someone 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas. A user from England took him up on the offer, and these pizzas were delivered to Hanyet's home. At the time, the 10,000 Bitcoins were worth about $40. Today, they would be worth $100 million. People ask me, "Oh man, what an idiot! Why don't you keep that Bitcoin?" And it's like, well, you know, somebody had to start it off. The pizza was purchased at this Papa John's on Atlantic Boulevard. There's even a plaque on the wall with the date May 22nd, 2010, and a proclamation that Jacksonville is the home of the first Bitcoin purchase. Tim Mosbach is the general manager.
It's just nice to see history being made here.
So here's how you slice it and how Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies work. It's like buying and selling a stock. The difference is Bitcoin's a computer file, which is stored in a digital wallet app on your smartphone or computer. Every transaction is encrypted and is impossible to counterfeit. Do you trust Bitcoin?
That's a good question.
Don Wiggins is a professor emeritus of accounting and finance at UNF. He says Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are not controlled by banks or the government.
You think the government fears cryptocurrency? I think they do. It's anonymous, and nefarious activities as well as perfectly legitimate activities can take place without the ability of anyone outside the government specifically being able to track payments.
As for Hanyet, he says cryptocurrencies and the cashless society is a dawning of a new day.
Do you think it's the future of money? I do.
In a different kind of dough than pizza. Ben Becker, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News, Jax.
And Bitcoin's prices increased from pennies to thousands of dollars over the years. So in July of 2010, the price increased 900% in 5 days from less than a penny to 8 cents. Not too bad, right? So take a look at this. In December 2017, Bitcoin reached its highest price to date, $19,000. And today it stands right around $9,000. There are some downsides to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin.
All right, so that was Hanyet Glasgow's story, and I just felt that I needed to share. Yes, my lighting, as I said, I'm not at my regular spot. A lot of you can tell that. So I just had to share Hanyet Glasgow's story with a lot of us who are still not understanding the significance of what we're doing. United we stand. All right, I think I read that already. Good evening, Tacians. Don't sell out your future. All right, I think I read that also. Good evening, Mr. Bonus and the Tacian, Mr. Udofia Akpan. That's our national executive coordinator over there in Nigeria. Good evening, Mr. A and the fellow Tacian, Victoria from Ghana. You're welcome. Good evening, Mr. Bonus and all the Tacian. My piece of advice to everyone is please don't sell your TACC. Hold it fast. Be meaningful. Be meaningful, specific. You know, I want to go back to share the screen, and I am doing this because I want the Tacians to realize that what we are doing will impact the next generation. These are our children that our actions today will impact. Do not let them curse us. we have already introduced, we have already stretched their minds. As Wendell Holmes Jr. said, a mind that is stretched with a new idea can never return to its original dimension. And I think it was Victor, I forget his last name, that says, nothing can stop an idea, nothing in the universe can stop an idea whose time has come. And so these are our youth and children that we have introduced TACC to them as their financial vehicle that they can ride on. We went and we told them, we are a community of Tacians that have studied the system of the pharaohs. And not only have we studied the system of the pharaohs, but we are the evidence of the system. Even you are victim of the system based on your living conditions today. And so you don't need to convince anyone that the Pharaoh system is broken. The Pharaoh system is broken. As you look around your community, look at your health facilities, your clinics and hospitals. Are they at your desired level of acceptance? Ask yourself the question, are we happy with the level of health care that has been offered? As you look around at your educational plant, are you happy with the infrastructure development within the educational system? As you look around your community, are you happy with the level of sanitation that exists? TACC is not the one that have introduced these systems. These are the systems of the pharaohs that we try to correct in unity, using this new technology that will shape the fourth industrial revolution, where artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, automation, blockchain, e-learning, e-commerce, cryptocurrency, robotics, that will be a dominant factor as we watch the fourth industrial revolution gives birth before our eyes. TACC has come to change our story. That is why it's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about a country. It's not about a continent. That you try to kill your own dream Because that is what you're doing. By becoming a dumper, because you may have 50,000, 100,000 coin, does it give you a right to scatter the others? We are all equal, whether you have one coin or 100,000. And that is why you know how you really think of others. And that is why you're frustrated. Because you're only thinking about me and I and how I can benefit. But let us change the narrative. As we go around with this mass adoption with schools and orphanage within our community, refugees, as I see our global youth ambassador in Benue State, international refugee camps, they have now gone to extend TACC. Isn't that enough for you to say, hold on a minute, what role can I play? Is it not enough for you to hit your conscience and ask yourself, am I a blessing to this community or am I a curse to this community? That is the question you need to ask yourself. It's not the exchange, it's our action. Because we put TACC in 1,000 exchange with your type of mindset, it will remain as it is. And it's not that TACC is failing at the price, because for me, it gives the people that need it most an opportunity to buy. But we cannot stay at this price forever. You have coins, a matter of fact, 75% of the coins on coin market cap has not gone over 50 cents. And they're there for over 5-10 years. That should tell you something about TACC. And our foundation is not yet set. Our blockchain is about to be rolled out, where we can have the ability to introduce staking. And so that we can roll out our merchant platform. We can roll out our marketplace. We can roll out our apps so that we can intertwine and interchange with the banks. It's not an overnight thing. We are in the foundation of TACC. That's where we are. We're not 6 months old. We're not a year old. We're just a couple weeks old. And so as we go around, bringing awareness to our children, that's Daniel there in Liberia, bringing around hope to our children, Antigua, giving our youth an opportunity not only to survive, but to thrive. We have an opportunity that has given to us that the elites fear and tremble, that if we only understand what we're doing, we will render all of them null and void. We will render all of them null and void. And that is what they don't want. And so they will even pay our people to cause havoc among ourselves. And that is why I say to you that if there are no enemies within, If there are no enemies within, the enemies outside cannot do us any harm. And so we are our own enemies. When you look at these displaced children, this is our global youth ambassador there leading this charge in Nigeria. What is your responsibility? In all this, the only thing you can be spinning around is the price of TACC on the exchange. Is that all you can spin around? That price will take care of itself when we take care of the foundation. When we take care of the seed that we are planting, giving it an enabling environment for it to grow, the fruits will come thereafter. Some of you want to eat the fruit and the plant, and the seed has not yet planted. The seed has not yet planted. And so this is sowing time. In the language of the agricultural science, but in cryptocurrency, it's distribution time. Allow the admin to distribute. Allow and join our leaders around the globe. That is where your energy should be. Like what our leader here are doing, engaging mass adoption, because these students to dump any coin. And so let us not create a miserable future for them. Let us give them an opportunity from a community standpoint, because they will never get it from anywhere else, because no other community in the world is doing what we're doing without corruption. Without corruption. There's no other foundation, no other organization is doing what we're doing around the globe without corruption. And so let me go back. Yes, going down the line, where are we now? Yes, please, so what can we do new to prevent further dumping of TACC? I can see some people are bent on bringing TACC down. They're doing this deliberately. Some of these are founding member, I believe. You know, I read so many suggestions in the forum about banning, suspending accounts, locking up all the coins until TACC rises to another level. The whole idea of the 20-80% was to avoid dumping. Because they will put all their coins there. Some of them may have put all their 20% there already. And in the interim, that through education, they will learn something. Because a lot of the early adopters of Bitcoin, they're not around anymore. They don't have no Bitcoin. They wish they had Bitcoin, but they have none. Because when Bitcoin rose to $1, $2, they sold all. They didn't even keep one. They sold all. And so the 80-20 was to avoid that, 80-20%. The exchange is a global system that anyone around the world can buy. The 80% does not affect those who bought after we went live. It only affects those who were in the foundation. And yes, some of them bought them very cheap, so they can sell them now. But those coins that they're selling will be bought. And they will have no one else to blame but themselves, because they have been warned and forewarned of their actions. But for some of us, poverty seems to be our lot. Seems to be our lot. And so you cannot micromanage. TACC can only do that much. And so every month you should get 10 equal percent with now until 8 months of the coins that are remaining. So every month a portion of the coin will be released to you as per our policy. Please, is there a way to those who are placing orders to track? Yes, now we can track them, but at the same time, is there right to do so? We cannot penalize person to sell their goods at the price they want it. We cannot. It is a free market, supply and demand. And that is why we are creating utility, because we must give the coin an ecosystem that person can utilize the coin in their everyday lives. And so while all those things are being created, maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know. Mr. Abundance, can you identify those who are dumping so that we can contact them and buy all their coins? Again, you look up our coins at 99%, even new investor. Lock up our coin. No, we can't lock up the coins for new investors now. And that is why we are buying those coins from the exchange. And that is why we created that group. So if you want to buy coins, join the group. If you don't know how, if you know how, you go straight ahead. So you have persons who want coin, you can buy them from the exchange and sell them peer-to-peer, to give them out peer-to-peer, because this is the time for our people to hold those coins. That is my bone of contention. The coin seems to be in the wrong hands. So let's get them in the right hands. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and the global community. Distribution time is now. Let us all be united to get it done. We cannot yet know, instead of sowing, not easy, but doable. Thank you very much, our leader over there. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and the House of Greatness. TACC is 18 months at 50 cents. BTC is 13 years at 33. TACC is 18 months at 50 cents. Well, we are not yet really 18 months. You have to begin when we really go on the exchange, really. That is when it really begins. So we're just a couple weeks on the exchange. XRP is 10 years at 50 cents. Think about this critically. All those years are coin on the exchange. We just went on there at the end of May. So in fact, we're just about 6 weeks or so. And the foundation has not yet been built. So I appreciate your analogy, Mr. N4. Good day. I just want to know if the plan to put the price of TACC at 10,000 by December, and if the plan will start in August as indicated by you, sir. You know, the other morning, I did an audio a couple of days ago that shook the house a little bit. and it was intended to shake the house, especially those who are dumping. You see what I'm saying? And it is true that we cannot really control the price. That's a fact because it is on an exchange. We can set guidelines as to what I was intended to do, to set up benchmarks, to carry the community, to put the community in a mindset to walk apart in unity and build the value of the coin. Now, some might say, Mr. Abundance is manipulating the price of TACC. This is tantamount to insider trading, as some has already begun to say. Because in truth and in fact, it is demand, supply, buy and sell that really takes the price up as on the stock market, even though we know that the stock markets are manipulated every day, even in the crypto space. And so I have decided in that audio to concentrate on putting those systems in place to put the foundation solid and let the programs that is coming in stream do what it's supposed to do. And so what you might have, whereas we are saying by December we should be at 10,000, we could be at 20. And so let's not limit ourselves. That's all I'm saying now. Let's not limit ourselves, because whatever we set our minds to do, we can do. Mr. Yemen, I think that the KYC will help to identify enemies, because the type of dumping I see on the exchange was intentional with the aim to lower the price of TACC. You know, this is not a new thing. What was meant for evil, even though it cannot be seen now, will turn out for the better. What was intended for evil. Good evening, sir. We appreciate your wisdom, patience. Fellow Tacian, kindly allow the leader to lead. Only the one that knows the way can lead us to the desired destination. Thank you very much, Mr. Blessing. TACC is a reset button for financial revolution for the fourth industrial age. Good evening, Mr. Abundance, my boss. No matter what we are going through, we have to focus on our school and orphanage adoption, and I know we shall be there. Mr. Stephen, sir, I just love your immediateship. I'm not too sure if they missed a word there. Monica. Yes, let's go down. So I just love your leadership. Okay. You are very honest. You're very honest. Thank you very much, my leader over there in Papua New Guinea. But that's what this world lacks: honest and credible people without corruption. That's what this world lacks. Credible people. Good day to the global community of Tacian and to our able leader, Mr. Abundance. What happened in Bitcoin era will repeat itself in the era of TACC, where TACC is moved to the high. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Because a lot of persons like Howell out of London, who dumped over 7,500 Bitcoin in a dumpster, is now looking for his coin. That is what I'm trying to avoid repeating in the community of Tacians, because most of us, 99% of us, are people of color that understand poverty, that understands poverty. What TACC is facing is not to pull it down, but to take it higher. Thank you very much, Mary. Thank you, Mr. Abundance. May God crown your efforts. I just want to thank all of you who joined. I had hoped that we could have had more of a crossfire, especially those who are aggrieved by the price of TACC as it is now, those who are dumping, why they are doing it. I had hope that they would have laid their case to, as it were, strengthen what we're doing, but they remain to be silent because they know what they're doing, and so they cannot come out to say anything because they're not helping the community, and they know they're not helping the community. But as one person say, even the devil is relevant in life. Even the devil is relevant in life. And so this audio can go public because there is nothing in this. There's no crossfire here. I had thought that we would have had a more heated discussion and debate on the way forward. And that is why I gave the admin an opportunity to share out the audio, the studio link, so you can even come in studio with Mr. Abundance. But I guess nobody showed up. I want to thank those of you who participated. So the reality is that people are here just to make money and leave. I say this because if over 86,000 of us are really working, we should be heading towards 100,000 by now. The noise is too much. Yes, over 86,000. A lot of those 86,000 are our youth and children. You can say probably a good 20,000 are youth and children, because a mass adoption is going on, I can tell you. And so, Victoria, I want to thank you for your contribution. You have been very consistent from day one. And we thank you for your leadership. And Ghana, we thank you for your leadership. You have actually come from the back of the class to now leading in the school mass adoption. Yes. Yes, let us get to work if we really want change. Thank you very much. And with this, we bring our broadcast to an end. I will say to the community that life is a fight for territory. If we fail to fight for what we want, what we do not want will take